everybody. Who's online? Okay, so let me just get things ready. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. I see there's 1, 2. Yay! I got 2. Sorry, I'm answering some emails as I go along. Big no. Hi, Paulina. Thank you. Yay! I'm excited. Okay. Sorry, let me just get my screen ready while we maybe wait a few more minutes. Okay. Oh, Paulina, where are you from? Hi, Jessica. Yay. Hi, Steph. From Germany. Oh, my goodness. Thanks for joining. Is it cold? Oh. Aw, thanks, Pamela. North Carolina, right? Thank you. Tell your son I say hi. Hi, Nye. From Mexico. Thank you. Aw, this is awesome. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Jessica. Oh, Paulina from Ontario. Yay, Canada's in the house. Is it Sonja from Germany? Wow. And Jessica, North Carolina. Hi, JJ. Thank you for watching me. Love you. This is awesome. Oh, my goodness. How much fun. Hi, Mimi. I love that name, Mimi. Oh, hi, Karen from Missouri. Wow. Aw, thanks, Jessica. I'm okay. I just washed my hair. I stopped using the pet shampoo because I ran out. So I'm back to regular shampoo. Maybe I should order some more. But seriously, it's really good. Try it. Best Buds Pet Shampoo on our hair, on our manes. All right, this is awesome. Let me get my screen all in order. Oh my gosh, I have so many things open, so many tabs. Aw, that's very nice of you. This is so nice to have this like online support and community. I absolutely love it. It's so exciting. I'm still so nervous after doing this for how many months now, but having your support and your chat right there really, really helps. Function, I use Function of Beauty now. I'm not too familiar with that one. I have a new bottle of it. It's good on human hair. Yes, Jessica, I used Best Buds Pet Shampoo. It was from the summer collection. I forget what smell it was. It was super light, like coconut lavender or something, or cotton lavender. Anyways, and it was from the summer collection that came out. So I use the entire bottle on my hair. I wash my hair maybe once or twice a week. And it's just, I mean, if it's safe for your pets, of course it's going to be safe for our hair. And it worked really, really well. There's no conditioner though. So like, I used a leave-in conditioner after that, or I just used whatever was in the shower as my conditioner. Yes, try it. Let me know. It worked really well. It worked just like regular shampoo. Like, to be honest with you, I didn't notice the difference. I loved how sudsy it got. Okay. The detangling spray works too. Oh, I haven't tried the detangling spray. All right. So yes, there's no silicone. It's all clean ingredients. It smelled really good. Yes. Okay. So why don't I get started? Thank you, everybody, who's joining me. I'm Annie Masmanian, for those of you who don't know me, from Amazing Sense by Annie. I'm an independent sensing consultant here in Canada, but I love to be on YouTube worldwide. I still get super, super nervous. So this is like, hi, Karen from New Jersey. Oh, I love you too, sweetie. This is great for my talk today because it's called Embracing the Suck. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's something that I've been kind of following and reading up on for years now, probably since there was a military gentleman named Austin Bay. He's an Iraqi war veteran. He wrote this like little pocket hand guide book to embracing the suck. So a lot of my talk will first be kind of about what he was saying. It is a lot like military based, like back to military mindset and so forth. But when I read it and when I researched it over the years, now I originally heard about it a few years back, and then it's something that's always been in my head. I really related it to a few years back when I was training for half marathons. And I'll get into how it all ties into one and how it all kind of ties into your Sentsy business and your personal life as well. So let me just pull it up on the screen. Okay. All right. So like I said, it originated from the military by Austin Bay. He kind of made it more public. I think it was something that's been there for gosh knows how long, but he's the one that wrote a book about it. And the military would often say it to the newcomers or new men and women who were training, what they refer to as the suck. So they used this term to when an individual or group of people had to complete a certain task that was like otherwise viewed as kind of boring and stupid and tiring and lame. But of course, my neighbor starts mowing his lawn right now, so I'm so sorry if you can hear the lawnmower. But anyways, it was also kind of a very Buddhist concept too, and that's where it really drew me in, because I was like, embracing the suck. What do you mean by that? But in regards to the Buddhist concept, it's really all about your mindset. And when we deny what reality is giving us, what really is happening in our lives, we actually create further suffering. So life is it's like a dance between minimizing expectations and surrendering to what our lives actually reveal to us. So by embracing your lives totally, even the stuff that sucks, we get through them. So here's an example from the book. He wrote, I've reiterated it, or I've wrote it in my words, but think about like the armed forces. They have no other choice. If like when they're in the military or they're in the armed forces, they don't have a choice. When they're in the Iraqi desert or in the mountains of Afghanistan, the only way they're going to get through those challenging experiences is really by embracing it rather than denying it or ignoring it. Does that make sense? Like, nobody wants to be there, right? I mean, they've made great sacrifices to serve our countries, and that's amazing. I mean, it was a choice at the beginning whether to do that or not. But once they're kind of involved, it's not really a choice where they get to go, say, whether it's the desert or the mountains. It's no like all inclusive beach resort. Let's say that. And maybe those of you who have experience or firsthand experience, or as a wife or a husband to somebody who's been in the military, can maybe talk more about it. So I'm just kind of conceptualizing everything and talking from as an outside perspective, but it's not easy for them. So rather than those armed forces men and women denying their reality, denying the fact that they're in the desert with gosh knows how much gear on and heat and bugs and scorpions and snakes and whatever, they embrace it. Because the more they deny it, the more you and I deny something that's a part of reality, the more suffering comes. And again, it will tie all into your mindset. I'll get to that point in a second. But for the rest of us, with our modern conveniences, we're not, let's say for the most of us who are not in Iraq or in Afghanistan or in a third world country at all, we have a lot of modern conveniences that we can use to distract ourselves. We can almost numb ourselves, fool ourselves over and over again to avoid or disconnect or ignore and postpone and procrastinate even put our heads in the sand so that we don't have to deal with reality. So I guess kind of like reality is almost, there's parts of reality that suck, right? And when I mean suck, I mean exactly what it means, sucks. Like doing the dishes sucks. My neighbor right now mowing the lawn while I'm live and the window is wide open sucks. But you know what? I'm gonna embrace it. I'm not gonna ignore it. It'd be fun if I could just like yell out there and be like, hey, stop. But I'm just gonna kind of keep going. So rather than me keep looking over at him and kind of dwelling about it inside, I'm causing further like anxiety, further suffering. So I'm going to recognize it. I see that he's out there making all this noise. You guys don't mind. I hope not. You might not even hear it. I don't know. To me, it's really, really loud. I'm like right at the window. I'll have to do like an office tour one day. But anyways, so yes. So for the rest of us who are not, say, in the military or, again, in like a third world country doing amazing work, or not, but we can use our modern conveniences and ignore things. And you can think about this in your own life. What are the things in your life or in your reality that you're avoiding or that you're ignoring, or you're sticking your head in the sand or brushing it under the rug? Well, you know what? If you keep brushing it under the rug, it's just going to keep piling up the dirt under the rug, and eventually you're going to trip over it. But anyways, so this goes like, this also can be related to feelings, including like feelings of unease or disconnect towards unfulfilling careers, relationships, friendships, pretty much anything, right? There's sucky moments everywhere. So I have an example about my work, but I'll get to that in a second. So the more you deny or try to rationalize away your feelings or of disconnect, the stronger these feelings actually become inside you. We all can probably relate to this, whether we admit it or not. When there's things that we keep pushing down inside of us, they just end up bothering us even more. If not, they can actually physically affect you. You know, stress is not a good thing to have in your life. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, we all have stressors in our life, right? It's natural, it's normal. It's actually a good thing to have stress in your life. So embrace that stress. But certain stress can actually cause physical, mental health problems in your life, such as depression, anxiety, and and then those can snowball into other things. Also, like heart disease and high cholesterol, other things get affected by it. So it's kind of a really bad snowball effect when you don't necessarily embrace that suck and kind of deal with it. So what else was I going to say? For longer, okay, yeah. So so the more you, like I said, the stronger these feelings actually become, even though the suck sucks, sorry, I have all my point form notes here. Even though the suck sucks, the prolonging of it makes it even suckier. Yes, I use the word suckier. For longer, if you don't square up and face your career or relationship disconnect, for example, I'm just using relationships and career in this example, the more you'll prolong your agony. So the more upset you'll get, the more anxiety you'll feel, the more maybe stomach pains you feel. When I get really, really stressed, my stomach acts up. So that's kind of an issue or a warning sign that says, hey, Annie, you need to deal with something or your tummy's just going to get worse and worse and worse. So, so you might be asking, this was a question I asked myself. Why do I do this? Why do we do this? It's kind of because of habit, actually. So in the long run, I guess in the long run, we would much be happier if we were just able to like reboot our neural wiring and develop different habits. But in the short term, we're actually willing to sacrifice our long-term goals and possibilities because the moment would require us to let go of those habits that keep us stuck in the suck. So the alternative is scarier than the suck. So we just hang out to the old neurowiring. So it's like we'd rather, because of habit, we'd rather stay in this sucky relationship or a sucky career because we're scared of the alternative, or we're scared. So like I said, we're sacrificing our future or our long-term goals and possibilities because we're stuck in this suck, and we're actually kind of comfortable. And I hope this all makes sense. I know people are texting or messaging me. I'm so sorry. Okay, I will say a bunch of shout outs soon. But isn't that crazy? Isn't that, like, in a way, it's kind of amazing how our minds work, how our mindset works, that we would rather stay in a sucky situation because of habit or because of comfort than risk it all for the alternative. And I understand everyone has their own issues, their own stressors, their own stuff going on in their lives. And you might be sitting there and being like, well, it's not that easy, Annie. I've got kids, or I've got bills to pay. And I'm not here to judge you or to tell you what to do or anything. I just want to share with you this amazing article and how it has helped me in parts of my life. And I'm human, just like you too. There's stuff that sucks, and I just kind of go along with it because, and I'll give you an example for work, but how I changed my mindset to kind of embrace it. So like, okay, in regards to my work, or maybe in your work, you often say things to yourself or to friends and family that that you don't necessarily agree with, but we say them anyway, simply because they're habits. So, for example, work sucks, but that's how it is for everyone. So why should I hope for better? So, like, you don't necessarily agree with it, but you're like, I'm gonna say it anyways. Or I'm so bored at work, but it pays well, and the upheaval of changing my job would suck. Would, like, that upheaval, that thought of switching jobs or leaving one job and trying to find another job, which would possibly make you happier, is almost too exhausting. So here we go. So that's what I mean by you're comfortable in the suck. So you're comfortable in the mindless job that you have, or the mindless relationship, or whatever it is, or mindless course, whatever you're taking, whatever you're doing, rather than saying, no, I think I'm unhappy in this job or unhappy in this relationship, and I'm gonna go and try to find something different, better, something that I enjoy. I got to get myself out of the suck. But a lot of people don't do that because, again, they're comfortable. And like I said, everyone has different stressors in your life. I understand there's bills to pay, there's children, there's mortgages, whatever. But I'm just want to give you this amazing talk, or blob. I don't know what you want, blog, whatever you want to call it. So we stay in jobs and in relationships that potentially crush our spirits rather than taking the risk to make some changes. But you need to tell yourself, and I know it's easier said than done, that you need to be brave, you need to have faith, and you need to ask yourself, what are you putting up with or downright avoiding? That is your suck. What would change? Ask yourself this question too. What would change if you looked directly at the problem and faced it head on? If you dealt with it head on, what would happen? And oftentimes people, and I know when I was doing my research for this little talk, questions came up in my head, and it's like, well, I'm gonna get in trouble, or I'm scared that my family's going to hate me, or that my boss is going to be mad at me, or my kids, this, that. It's more or less your mindset, and you need to do what's best I want to say kind of for you, because it's your mind, it's your mindset. So mindset is not developed by wishing. Mindset is developed by doing or practicing. So you need to be the best. If you want to be the best person or the best version of yourself, you have to find your best self, so your best inner self. And to do that, you need to almost be in uncomfortable situations so that you can rewire your brain or your neural wirings to kind of adapt or to embrace it and to figure it out. So every day you will do multiple things that suck, but you deal with them. You just put up with them. You have to, like I said before, you have to do the mindset work in order to keep going. So an example for, I have two examples. So I'm going to take you back a few years ago. Sorry, let me drink. Actually, let me read some, who's been commenting. Ah, Roxanne, you sent a little froggy. That's so cute. Okay. Who's that? Okay. So Karen from New Jersey, I said hi. Hi, Carla from New Zealand. Hi, Nathan. Like pulling weeds, unless you get to the root, it will just keep popping up. That's right, Roxanne. It's you need to get in there and pull the weeds from the base so that they don't keep growing. And thank you, Carla, for agreeing. And Roxanne said 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. Absolutely, because you almost don't want to. I don't even want to say like. You can't even blame them, because sometimes we get stuck in our own stuckness and we don't even realize it. It's because of habit. So sometimes it's like we don't know any better. Does that make sense? And until you or that person deals with what's really going on inside, then nothing's going to change. It's just going to keep getting suckier or stay suck. Like it's just going to suck. So I first heard about this concept a few years back. Actually, no, it's been about it's been over 4 years, right? I think he wrote the book in like 2007. I don't know for sure, but when I was training, I enjoy running. I don't run long distances anymore, but I do enjoy running. And for those of you who maybe can relate to running or exercise of any sort, there comes a point when you actually get started. So if you have the strength and determination to actually start your running or your exercise regimen, there's a point in that journey where your body starts to get tired and your mind takes over. And your mind almost kind of like sometimes plays devil's advocate, right? You're like, oh, I'm so tired, but I'm not done yet. I want to keep going. I'm just going to run to that flagpole, or I'm just going to run to the mailbox. And then your mind is like, oh, but we're so tired. Why don't we just stop or go home and we'll do something later. Yeah, right. So that's where that whole embracing the suck started for me, was I realized that partway through my runs or my training, even though I was exhausted, naturally, your body's going to get tired. My mind was also starting to kind of attack me. We're one person. I'm not saying my mind is its own entity, but my mind was like, nope, you gotta stop. We're getting tired. Your legs are sore. We're getting all sweaty and gross. And so then after that, going out before I start running, I do like a 5-minute warm-up walk. And I tell myself almost like a mantra, this is going to suck, Annie. This is going to suck. Your legs are going to get sore. You're going to get all hot and sweaty. You're going to have to wash your hair after because it's going to be all gross and stinky. Your clothes are going to be all stuck to you. And, the traffic is going to be annoying. Maybe anyways. So before I actually start my run, I almost like prepare myself for the suck. So I'm getting my mind ready to embrace it when it does actually happen. Because when it does start to happen, I'm like, here it is. Here's the suck. It's coming. It's starting. My legs are sore. It's getting too hot out, and my mind is being like, don't run to the next flagpole. Let's stop. Where's the nearest candy store? So that's almost like a mantra that I tell myself. And you know what? And it actually works. It's a mindset. So you can't just wish your mind to change. You literally have to practice it. So having fun little mantras or telling yourself before doing something challenging that like you're expected to suck. We do things, we go see in-laws, we go see family, weddings, funerals, whatever. You know something is going to happen that's going to suck. You don't want to do it. Just like how Austin Bay first described embracing the suck at the beginning when they were talking about the military, that they get new individuals to do tasks that are otherwise pointless or tiring or lame. That he's telling them, yeah, it's gonna suck, but you know what? You deal with it. So by telling yourself stuff ahead of time, oh, this is gonna suck. I don't want to do it, but you know what? I'm preparing my mind prior to doing it or as I'm about to do it, that it's going to suck, it's going to hurt, it's not going to be fun, it's going to be pointless, lame, whatever, but it's okay. I'm going to deal with it head on. I'm going to get my stuff done. I'm going to get over it. And then when you actually do finish that run, for example, for me, or that race, you feel amazing. Like, think of certain tasks that you've had to do, whether it's at home, your personal life, or say at work, your career. Nobody wants to do a presentation in front of 50 people, or, well, I don't know. but I'm just saying, nobody wants to write like a 30-page essay or a thesis, right? But it's something that they have to do in order to get to their end goal of graduating with a master's or a PhD. They need to do it. Wouldn't it just be great if we could just go to school and not have to do any homework or anything like that, or watch videos all day and then still get like a degree or a PhD? That would be pretty awesome. But no, we have to embrace the suck. You have to face it head on. So what else did I write here? Okay, to do that, you can't, I talked about you can't stay comfortable. Once you're comfortable, that's when you're stuck in the suck. You have to live uncomfortably, not to the point where you're like scared uncomfortably, but there are times in your life where it's uncomfortable or it's a little awkward, and that's part of the sucky process. But you sometimes have to find, okay, I already talked about that. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about how I found these 5 steps on how to embrace the suck. And I found that they were really, really helpful, especially during my training days. But I also find it very helpful when I'm at work or when I'm going into work. And just a little backstory: I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. I do work in a busy emergency room and a very critical ICU. So I have two jobs. And for those of you who may be able to relate or who've had experience, I mean, everybody's been to the emergency room, but maybe not the ICU, or who've had loved ones in the ICU. It's not an easy place to work. It's not an easy job to do. But you know what? We do it. Why? Me personally, because I love it. I absolutely love it. Genuinely love it. Are there times during the day when I'm bored? Or no, there's never boring times, but maybe sometimes, no, I'm not going to say anything. But there are times when it gets really challenging and you're like, oh my gosh, I hate this. I can't do this. This sucks. But you knew that stuff was going to happen almost. Like, why? If you didn't know being a nurse was going to be challenging, then why did you get into nursing, right? Or like the military. If you went into the military or armed forces thinking that it was going to be easy peasy, then no. But if you knew getting into that job or getting into that task was going to be difficult and challenging, then that's good, because you're setting up your mindset to embrace the suck. So going into work in the morning, depending on which unit I'm working in, emergency is obviously very different than the ICU, but I go in knowing it's going to be a busy day, and you might not get any lunch breaks. You might not even get a pee break. You'll be lucky if you can sit down and do some charting. But you know what? That's okay, because I work with an amazing group of people, men and women in all departments, and we're kind of it. I don't want to generalize that we're all in this together, but we are all in this together to make our patients' care a priority, their health a priority, and to look out for one another so that nobody gets hurt. But going into work, I know that it's going to be a hard day. It's going to be challenging. So I'm embracing the suck. Am I at a point in my career that I'm stuck in the suck, that I need to change careers? Absolutely not. No, I am aware of, the challenging times, and that I still genuinely love what I do, and I'm very passionate about it. So for me, say like switching careers is not an option. I mean, it's so wonderful being a nurse, because if you're not really happy in one, say, unit, like the emergency room, you can always go to another unit. You can assist with dialysis, or you can go into the operating room. So it's kind of, it's pretty amazing to be a nurse, because you can always go into so many different fields of expertise. But the areas that I am in, I absolutely love it. But I know that there's going to be parts of my day, if not the whole day, it's going to suck. But like I said, I embrace it. I prepare myself for it. I deal with it head on, especially in those emergency situations where, a very sick patient is coming in, and almost like, I'm going to say, a trauma, and you have to deal with it. So you deal with it head on. You don't just run away from your assignment and hide in a closet or something, although we would like to do that sometimes, I'm sure. But no, we embrace the suck and we deal with it head on. So that brought me to an interesting quote when I think about my work, but that Austin Bay said. So he's like I said, he was the author of Embrace the Suck, and he's an Iraq war veteran. He said in his book, "Face it, soldier, I have been there. This ain't easy. Now let's deal with it." So I often say that to like students that I'm training, or new graduates that I'm training. And sometimes I'll say that to you guys, to other Sentsy consultants as well, because you know what? There's going to be times when it's going to be hard. There's going to be challenging times. There's going to be times when it sucks, but you know what? That's part of life. You need to get up. You need to face it. You need to embrace it and move on. All right. So here are the 5 steps that really helped me a few years back when I first heard about this concept. So you need to work on yourself is one important step. So pretty much like ignore what people say. Don't pay attention to your competition, or just don't pay attention to other people, because they'll be like, other people, once they get in your brain, oh yeah, your boyfriend sucks. He's not nice. Why are you in that relationship? Or why are you in that job? You're too good for that. Or too good for him or her, like, don't let those people get into your mindset. I know it's hard, and I'm guilty of that as well. It's, especially when it's like your mom or your dad, but that negativity or that kind of sucky feedback will only feed your self-doubt, and self-doubt will bleed into anxiety. So with that, you'll just, again, keep shoving your feelings down into the bottom of your stomach, or pushing it under the rug, or whatever you do with those feelings. You need to focus on the good things that you can do to move yourself forward. And the more you focus on self-confidence, the more the fire inside you will grow stronger. The more self-confidence you have, the more you will be able to embrace that suck and face it head on. Right? Okay. Another one is chip away at it. So you just have to kind of work at it. So just keep moving. Like like I've mentioned before in other talks, or like I've mentioned above, it's something that you need to practice. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You can't wish for a different mindset. You have to make it happen. You have to keep practicing the mindset that you want to make yourself a better person, to have more self-confidence and self-control, or whatever it is you want to work on. You need to keep working at it. So think of progress, not perfection. And I've done a Something Amazing talk about that as well. You just need to work on it. So step by step, small win by small win, whatever it is, you just need to keep moving. And you know what? And if you fall down, that's okay. That's okay. That's part of the process. You get up, you keep moving. All right. And then again, if you commit to something and execute the steps to take towards that goal, you will eventually get to that goal. Again, it's not going to be an easy goal. Whatever your goal is, if you want it in Sentsy, if you want to hit director, if you want to be, or if you want to achieve your master's degree, or if you want to go back to school and study something completely different than the business world that you're in. If you want to go, if you have a business degree and you work in a bank and you want to go to school to become a nurse or something, like, it's not easy, and it's going to come with its own challenges, and there's going to be times when it's going to suck, but you need to chip away at it and just keep moving. All right, so a third one is set up a routine. So routine, having a routine almost kind of like gives you these safety bars, right? For me, when I was training for my half marathons, I had a routine of every morning I was going to get up and do some form of cardio. Now, I love running. If I could run every day, I would, but that's not good on my knees and my body. But every morning I had a goal of doing some form of cardio so that I can get my mindset and my body used to, and build endurance. So at that point, I wasn't really building self-confidence. I was building endurance. I needed to get my body used to those long runs during races or even training. So setting up a routine really, really helps with that. Now, it's one thing to set a routine up. It's another thing to actually do that routine. So it's important, again, mindset, and it's going to suck to follow through with those routines that you have set up. And trust me when I say you can do it. Everybody can do it when they have the right mindset. When they put their mind to something, you can do it. You can get yourself unstuck. Unstuck out of the suck. What did I say? Setting up routines. Okay. Okay, fourth one is don't track a thing. So remember the suck is also a mindset, like I've talked to you about it before. If you are weak-minded and ready to quit, your body will follow. However, if you're expecting it to suck and you welcome it, then your body and your mind will embrace it. Does that make sense? So almost like don't expect something to suck, so that you are kind of forewarned. And when it does finally suck, it's okay. It's like going out for a hike and it's overcast and you're like, well, the news said there's like a 50% chance of rain. I don't know. Why don't we bring the umbrella anyways? There, you're grabbing the umbrella, so you're preparing yourself for it to suck. Yeah. But if you didn't bring the umbrella and you knew that it was, and you had a feeling that it was going to rain, so you kind of prepared yourself, but you didn't, and it rained and you didn't have the umbrella, then you're just going to be a miserable, wet mess, right? So bring the umbrella. Yeah, so don't succumb to it and push yourself through it. So the fifth one is, if you mess up, stop, then go back to it. No looking back. Don't try to overanalyze things. Just hit the reset button. So like I said, if you fall, that's okay. You might have to sit down for a little bit, just kind of wait out the storm. and then you get back up and you do it again. Just keep moving. So one last quote that I want to leave you with. Another amazing kind of motivational speaker blogger is called David Goggins, and I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He find him on YouTube or Instagram. He, in his books, he's just so inspirational. He wrote, "I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done." And that's absolutely right. And that's a good mindset to have for any aspect of your life. Like cleaning your house. I'm gonna stop when my house is clean. If you have a goal of cleaning your house, or if you have a goal of running a half marathon, or a goal of just walking 2 kilometers or 5 kilometers, then don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. You stop when you achieve your goal. You're not gonna stop halfway through your master's degree because you're tired, or because it's taking up too much of your time and you don't have time for social activities. No, you're going to stop when you're done your master's degree. And what an amazing feeling it is when you are actually done. So that's it for my Something Amazing Talk with Annie today on August. What are we? We're the 30th. Oh my goodness. And hi, Tanya. I'm sorry, I missed some messages. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyways, I hope that you can take all this and maybe listen to it again if you need to, or go read those books by Austin Bay and David Goggins, because they truly are inspiring. Or just search it on YouTube, like listening to David Goggins talk. And he's a runner, but he doesn't like running, which is so funny, because he just embraces it. And he's like, just listening to him talk, you almost want to like get up and you're like, yeah, I can do it. I can face it. I can do it. So I think that's it for now. So I will be back on in 2 weeks. I hope to continue doing this with you guys every 2 weeks on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday midday, and share with you some information that I've gained over the years from motivational speakers, leaders, businessmen and women, books, what have you. I'm just like a wealth of, I don't know, knowledge, I guess, not really, but it's just fun. This stuff really, I want to call it this stuff, but you know, it really, really helps me, and working on myself and trying to be the best version of me I can be is important to myself and to my family in the long run. So I hope you can take that as well and adapt it into your own life, into your own Sentsy business, and roll with it. Just face it, and keep moving. Don't quit. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Or I'm just gonna, sorry, Wickless Sense from New Zealand. I'm just gonna talk about what the topic is right now. If you have questions about sponsoring somebody overseas, maybe talk to your sponsor or your director, or you can message me on Instagram or email me, and we can chat personally about that matter. But if nobody has anything to say, then I will sign off and say thank you so much for everybody who joined me. I really, really appreciate it. And I love these little chats. It's fun. And I love catching up with you guys too. So thank you again for everyone who was able to join. Yeah. All right. So I think that's it. I'm gonna sign off. But yeah, if you're not a Sentsy consultant and you're interested in becoming one, please visit me online at www.amazing02.sentsy.ca, or message me personally, and we can chat further about starting this amazing journey for yourself. September 1st is quickly approaching. Good luck to everybody. Don't let that suckiness kind of get to you. And I know it's probably people's nerves are like up here when they really should be down here, but just go with it. Just deal with it. Do the best you can. And in the end, that's all that matters, right? Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much for being here with me. Don't forget to be safe, be kind, and always be amazing. Bye for now.